is you're going to be moving down over here, leaping from here up to here, going up these stairs, and then jumping, and then Misty stepping down onto it.
Okay, yeah. Let me just take off the helm. Woo! And then I start wailing on it.
Okay. So you did make 4 attacks the last time, and one of those attacks missed. But I'm going to give you the rolls that you made last time. But because you kind of changed like the attack loadout this time, what I'm just going to have you do.
I can roll it if you want.
Is I'm going to have you roll me a d6,
okay.
And on a 1 or 2, you're going to lose one of those 3 attacks.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Here we go. 2.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
That does mean that it survives. So you leap onto it. Give me an athletics check to stay on its back. It's going to try to throw you off.
Oh my, okay. 23.
All right. So you land on its back, crash with your axe twice into its back, and it tries to throw you off with all of its might, but you manage to hold on. It's going to use its tail swipe against you. Getting a 20 to hit.
It hits. I'm like, do I have my reaction? I'm trying to keep track of things.
Yeah, you would have your reaction if you want to use shield.
Shield then.
Okay. So you block the shield. Okay.
It bounces off this like impenetrable as you start to.
Yeah. As it tries to throw you off.
And then it also has disadvantage on ability checks with strength, so it's a lot harder to throw off.
Right. Yeah.
Old Rudy.
The stairs do shift one more time again.
And I'm just like, yeehaw!
Yeah. As you go flying upwards, the stairs rotate into place, and you land a super cool move to crash into it. It is still alive, though, and it is its turn. So it's gonna go all out on you, Rudy.
No.
Does its breath weapon recharge? Yes, it does. Yeah. So what it will do is.
Oh yeah, I can draw
its
it now.
breath weapon on you, Rudy.
Oh my.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Do I even want to test fate this? Yeah, I'm definitely going to use my legendary resistance
Okay.
on this.
All right. You definitely will not regret that.
Cool.
Yeah. Join the company. There's fun to be had in the Enigma cigarette. He keeps saying we won't regret it, so I feel like I'm not going to regret it.
Right?
So imagine this creature. Basically, you're on its back, and it has a serpentine neck. So it kind of like does that like weird like swan neck thing, where it looks back on you and tries to like breathe you off of its back, and you manage to stay on there. You still do take 16 points of psychic damage.
Okay. I did add back because I didn't get tail whip from the last time. I added that back, so I'm just so you know.
All right.
So I'm gonna have to. Gosh, ducks and swan dragons! Oh my!
All right, Wrath, it's your turn.
Okay. How far up is this thing now? Is it
8 plus 20 feet from when you pushed it.
okay? And it was 60 feet, so it's about 80 feet high. I'm gonna try to position myself in the middle of this because I want to try to push it this time towards the wall. So if it dies, there's a chance that it won't fall endlessly. She will.
Okay.
Yeah, going for it. 19 to hit.
You got it.
Okay, we need this. We need big money. Yeah. 18 force damage.
All right.
As I push it 10 feet on the angle towards the wall.
Okay. Feedback with Rudy on
it. 24 to hit.
Hit.
For another 10
the beam
force
of
damage.
Force pierces through its heart. Life leaves the creature
push it. I want to push it.
You push its corpse. Rudy, give me a dexterity saving throw to not fall forever.
I get advantage on that because I'm hasted. Yay! Oh, crit! I crit it. Okay.
All right.
So
As the dragon falls with you on its back, you're falling, and you just grab your hedge at the edge of the banister with a crash. It crumbles just a bit. You pull yourself back up onto the edge as you watch the body of the dragon fall endlessly. And that's where we're going to take our break.
oh my gosh.
See you in a few minutes. We're taking a late break this time, but we'll get there. And we are back from our short rest. We have restocked on our consumables and got refreshed all of our powers and abilities, and we're going to play some more D&D. All right. As the creature of the dragon, as the dragon's form collapses down into the stair, the shifting of the staircases locks into one final position and stops. Cabins at a side. And as soon as Rudy, you're back up on the balcony, she stops concentrating on the spell.
And I curl up on the stair and just take a quick nap.
I float down and I land next to Kat, and I turn to her and I go, oh, it kind of reminded me of back in the day with you, although I can't remember fighting any dragons.
That was not a normal dragon.
No. It was constructed, wasn't it?
It looked like it was made of flesh.
Oh.
But
Sorry, I thought...
Not any sort of natural dragon that you'd encounter anywhere else.
And, yeah, we might have some questions for the director on that note, because a transmuter who's also an architect or a builder might be able to create some interesting things. And I'm actually going to walk over and I look down at Rudy kind of napping on the stairs and I go, hey, Red Huntsman.
Yeah. I've been called that quite some time.
Yeah, you just murdered a bunch of dragons in the span of just like less than a minute. Is this normal for you? I mean, I thought Pluto was the coolest warrior I've ever seen, but I've never seen anybody use an axe like that. That was insane.
Well, I mean, years of practice, and I've had a lot of battles thrown my way. And I don't know, Wrath, I'd say this is pretty normal for us.
This is par for the. Wait, no. Wait. This is normal for her. She's one to decapitate. Ever since our first encounter with a humanoid who had a brain thing, and by brain thing I mean an extra brain. She has been decapitating ever since, and it is one of her highest qualities.
She is very impressive, as befits someone who used to lead the Octomwald Irregulars. I've had a few of your gang working for me over the years. Very, very competent killers, I must say.
You've worked with some of my crew.
Well, there's a lot of people out there for whom the war never ended. And there's a lot of people out there who weren't so as fortunate as to have a lovely family to return to in the Civil War. A lot of those people, men and women who fought alongside, had nothing left after the Civil War. And they were only good at one thing, the very same thing that you're very good at. Dragonheim needs a lot of killers, and I've needed a lot of killers over the days. That's one thing about the Octomwald Irregulars. They would do anything that you commanded them to do. Wouldn't they?
You're right, a lot of us are good at following orders and weren't left with much. That was myself out of that real dark place and make some for myself. It's sad what happened to all those soldiers and the rest of my crew.
Well, there's still a few of them out there. Maybe you'd like to have a little reunion one day.
I would like to see one came in my crew to make sure they're doing all right.
There's more than a few. There's more than a few. Yes, I think so. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Just
Oh,
gonna
I hate
top
this
myself
place.
up a little bit with a greater healing potion.
Yeah, does anybody have any healing? Or
Can't see
should
to the
I
right.
just drink some potions?
Cat pulls out some potions. I just need to remember which one is the actual healing potion and which one is the deadly poison.
Was that a joke or?
No, you see, this one. I developed an immunity to iocane powder over many years, so it's no problem for me. But if you need it, I think it's going to be a very, very nasty surprise.
I'll use my own potion. Thank you. But you used to be so meticulous with labeling.
Well, I remember now. They're all poisoned. That's what.
Superior. How many hit points is Superior?
Superior, I think it's 40.
Yeah, gonna need it.
Two greater healing potions.
And a greater is how much? 20?
Yeah.
Use 2 greater. Yeah, I needed a Superior and 2 graders.
It seems after watching Sebastian fall endlessly, I may have some observations of the next way to go. I do not know if it is up or down or if we have simply arrived.
Well, the staircases seem to have stopped, and I'm going to go ahead on a complete wild guess here, but if my theory is correct, your dad maybe stopped those staircases because we killed his critters, and now the staircases, I just say that we follow the path that they're on and see where it leads, because maybe your dad is letting us through.
That is actually very sound judgment.
I'm a pretty smart guy.
The stairs
Just
do
gotta-
lead to one set of doors. But like, if basically they still continue the staircases, but with their current configuration, they all point, all the landings that you're on connect down, such that there's one balcony at the bottom of this flight of stairs that leads to a set of doors.
I thought your feelings pointing in and out that direction.
Yeah, what's my gut tell me?
Your gut tells you maybe it's lunchtime, but
Below that, behind that.
yeah.
Just a little bit.
But this feels familiar.
I head towards the door.
So, like, is this magic, or do you just, like, are you drawn to the disappointing aura of your father? Like, is there a magical nature? But like, I'm walking behind you towards the door, and I'm just like, how does this work?
Whispering in my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do that.
It's the only way I can describe it is I have to feel my mom. I don't think there's any sort of rhyme
flight of stairs into a room that is filled with arcane machinery. In the alcoves along this chamber are several heaving gears and pistons that are hissing with the sound of steam, and the air in here is humid. There is a low arcane thrumming that fills the hall, punctuated by the hiss and burst of the steams from the engines, and you can feel the moisture hanging in the air through the hallways. There are collections of water and mildew that are all about, and the rest of the room is made of sort of this ancient sort of bronzed stonework.
Interesting. This doesn't look like the rest of the ziggurat.
Feels different. Feels like they could use some magic to clean up all this gunk.
Yeah, you'd think that the Academy would keep their places cleaner. I'm gonna like start observing the machinery to see if I can decipher its purpose or what it's doing.
Give me an Arcana check.
25.
Well, you nail it. You are in the engine room. If the Enigma Ziggurat is a massive vessel, this is the apparatus of whatever. This is part of the apparatus of whatever keeps it floating.
Probably best not to tamper with this, unless we want to bring this whole place crashing down. Actually, and I flip open a notebook and I just jot down a few notes in case we want to crash it to the ground. All right. Noted.
So these machineries they're just churning away.
Yeah, whatever the exact purpose and function of how this operates, it is the runoff of some sort of perhaps steam-powered apparatus.
I wouldn't have thought that the Academy used steam power. That... I wonder how this was built.
It seems to, again, predate the Academy entirely. They have retrofitted or repurposed this place, but as Academy mages, I do not know those that run this place don't understand its inner workings.
I doubt it. Well, does this feel familiar, Wrath?
Have I been here before, even a long time ago?
Yes.
Hallo? Hei? Å ja. Glemte jeg noe? Å faen. Nå er jeg nesten... Glemte jeg det. Er det mulig?
start walking towards the end of the room.
As you walk towards the end, the doors before you slowly open.
I turn to Wrath with like a sly look on my face and I go, level 7 access.
I just stick really close to Sebastian as I'm going through the door. I'm like, keep the level 7 access open, alright?
The room beyond is in a strange state. It appears to be the start of a sort of a canal system or a water storage chamber.
Hei, jeg bare lurte på, er den skolen åpen på fredag?
Ja, det er vel.
Ok, da kan jeg bare hente deg da eventuelt da. Kom inn på morgenen.
Da sier jeg det til Thomas.
Ja, tusen takk.
Yes.
Ha det.
That connects to the rest of the steam system. And there's a set of stairs that lead down from the above sort of set of canals where the water line is here into some more machinery and into some pipes. In this chamber, however, there are several beasts squawking about. They are large, flightless birds with no feathers on their bodies that resemble something of a cross between a chicken and an ostrich, with slightly reptilian features. And the creatures have this strange sort of plumage that isn't horns, isn't feathers, it's something in between. Several of them are grouped around the broken pieces of a statue of an academy mage who looks to be perhaps a precocious apprentice. The broken pieces of the statue are stone, but where it is broken is exposed flesh, which the birds are eating.
Wrath, siblings of yours?
Not from any from the rear union,
These, what you do remember, these are your father's birds.
He loves birds. Probably more than me. I would advise you to steer clear.
I mean, if they're your father's birds and he keeps pet birds, what's the worst that could happen? And I start walking forward.
I do not
Well.
understand. There's actually a ton of bad things that can happen. There appears to be some kind of petrification.
Yeah.
Probably be eaten alive.
I'm walking away from you as you're saying that, and then I stop and I'm like, the birds are gathering together.
This is
that-
where, sorry, I was just positioning where they were. Yeah, they haven't moved. they're all kind of grouped around these broken statues. Yeah.
Okay, I was getting concerned.
Things are not.
Sebastian, I don't know if those are statues per se.
It's I mean, where else are we gonna go? We gotta go forward.
I I want to, if we can spend the time, I want to attempt to cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I would use it as a ritual. So
Okay.
Bruce has taught me many, growing up with a cat that teaches you magic, you have to learn to communicate. And so Wrath has an affinity for beasts and speaking with animals.
Sure. Technically, these are monstrosities, not animals, but I'm going to have this work because I want to see where you're going with this. So the spell works and you're able to speak with these creatures.
I reach into its mind. Please, let us pass.
One of the birds. Cluck, cluck! The prodigal son returns! The bird says.
Which one are you again?
I'm the favorite of your father. Don't hurt me. You better feed me. He'll know.
I always bring you treats, and I'm sure I've got some leftover fish rations. I proceed to ruffle around in Bruce's treat bag.
Bruce says, "How dare you?"
I give Bruce the bigger chunk.
You will give my food to these avian infidels. How dare you?
I'm sorry, Bruce.
You should be killing these creatures so I can eat them.
Are you hungry?
I am always hungry.
Can your hunger wait until after you meet with my father?
My hunger. You're going to ask me to wait. Me? After all I've done for you, you're going to ask me to wait. You're going to deny me. You were going to give my food to these horrible creatures who are undeserving of it.
If you say they
You have insulted me twice.
You're right. They are undeserving. And I am sorry. Oh, Bruce, please forgive me. I look upon the lesser things, the things beneath you, and I pity them. But but you are right. I must not pity them. I must destroy them.
I will only accept forgiveness. Forgiveness is only found through actions, not words. You know this.
And so there's a group of them, right?
Okay, wait. I just want to imagine this scene for a second. You cast a spell and you start speaking bird, and then you turn to your cat and start talking cat, and then your eyes start to glow as you look back up at the birds. That's what I picture just happened.
True. This is all happening.
Have you ever seen a cat on one side of a window and it's watching a bird through the other side? It's making that like very fluttery meow. Yeah, yes. That's the sound that Bruce is making.
Our negotiation's going okay. Can we go past, Wrath? Are we all good here?
I just say out loud, Bruce must feed, and
Whoa. But no, go ahead.
I cast synaptic static in the middle of these three.
Sebastian like dodges out of the way. He's like, no.
And I attempt to destroy these creatures.
What's the saving throw, DC?
It's 19.
I cannot succeed. I have a -4 penalty on the saving throw.
So I want to collapse their minds, essentially rendering their minds useless but their bodies plentiful.
I think you could actually, with the range of synaptic static, you could probably hit them all except for like one or two.
Okay. I
Roll the damage.
okay. Bruce must fade.
Hmm.
28. What kind of psychic?
You explode the heads of all of your father's prized birds. And Bruce lunges forward to eat their carcasses. And that's where we'll end for the night.
This was a good idea. I'm sorry,
You're
Bruce.
definitely not going to regret this.
Wait, why do you keep saying that? I feel like you're hinting at something.
I mean, this is between you and your dad. You just murdered all of his pets.
Yup.
I'm gonna stop the stream here, so see you guys later.
Bruce
Feel the
is
further
all-
disappointment.
Bruce is more dad than he'll ever be.
No, that's true. It's true. We all know it.
I thank you for letting me destroy and appease and I'm collecting bird bits too in my bag for later.
Yeah.
They're fine. It's fine.
The last remaining bird, Bruce pounces on it and slays it. And kind of like does that thing where like a cat kind of like gnaws the neck off of the creature. And with that image, we will end there.
Amazing.
So good.
Well, with that, a big thank you to our incredible cast, Kelly, Jill, and Joe for playing tonight.
And a huge thank you to Kyle for all the work he does behind the scenes, managing the stream, chatting with people. And a huge thank you to our Dungeon Master, Monty Martin. Awesome staircase battle, just really cool. I love the Academy Strongholds. They're always so fun. So thank you.
And in our game tonight, you got to see some incredible assets produced by talented artists. They have graciously given us permission to use them in our stream games.